What would happen if every human being on Earth disappeared? At some point in the future, this could be the fate of our planet. This isn't the story of how we might vanish. It is the story of what happens to the world we leave behind. One day after people. Without humans to maintain them, power plants across the world start shutting down. Lights go out. Clocks stop. But the race is on to see who or what can survive the longest in the hostile world of a life after people. It's the more temperate parts of the globe that most of mankind called home. Cities like Boston, where the artifacts of man face a much harsher fate. "5 years into a life after people. Weeds transform the historic streets of Boston.
If you just leave the gutters and rain spouts not maintained, plants will take root in little cracks in the brick and little cracks in the mortar.
They now attack Boston's Old North Church. This is where lanterns warned Paul Revere of a British invasion. Now, the natural world has invaded and conquered.
If the windows blow out, you'll have rain coming in, you'll have pigeons coming in, you'll have animals coming in. You'll also have vines starting to grow, or the maple tree sending its shoots in here. They'll sprout up in the rotting wood.
"35 years after people. The wooden steeple of Boston's 18th century Old North Church is on the verge of collapse.
The steeple, being taller, is going to be more susceptible to a big storm than the rest of the building. It would fall sooner.
The once guiding light of the American Revolution has been extinguished. "75 years after people. Time and nature are wearing away Boston's monumental Bunker Hill Bridge. The steel and concrete span is held up by 116 steel cables strung from 2 towers.
It's really painting the steel, making sure no corrosion exists, sweeping the debris off the bridge, cleaning out the drainage structures so plants don't grow and the water flows off of the bridge, and sealing the concrete with a moisture-penetrating sealer.
To keep moisture away from the cables, they are surrounded by plastic piping. This also protects them from another source of corrosion.
Bird droppings are amazingly corrosive to a wide range of building materials. It wasn't even fully recognized 20 or 30 years ago.
The waste product of pigeons and starlings contains high levels of ammonia and salt. Mixed with rainwater, the combination triggers a lethal electrochemical reaction. 20 years of bird droppings penetrating the steel of the 8-lane 35W bridge in Minneapolis contributed to its fatal collapse in 2007. After a century, weather and stress have cracked the protective plastic coating on the cables of the Bunker Hill Bridge. Stormwater, some of it mixed with acidic pigeon droppings, has penetrated to corrode the steel. One by one, cables fail. When half the cables go, those that remain cannot support the weight of the roadway. "150 years after people leaves Boston looking like an overgrown garden. In the time of humans, the best observation point in the city was from the top of the 60-story John Hancock Tower, the tallest building in New England. But the notorious New England weather has now destroyed the building's outer skin. Corroding steel columns lead to a pancake collapse.